Need a ride?
Heard a lot about you. You've been a big help to the cause, I hear. I appreciate it. So LaCroix needs us all of a sudden, huh? Does he now? You know, we just ended a war with them and we lost a lot of people. Too many. Does he expect us to do all the fighting while the Camarilla throws mean looks from the sidelines? Or are they ready to go toe-to-toe with those goddamn devils? I still don't trust LaCroix. But then again, the Camarilla didn't wholesale slaughter us upon arrival. God damn it. I'm stuck between a rock and a son of a bitch. It seems strange. LaCroix wanting to go to war against them all of a sudden. Something's not right. Not what I mean, kid. Smell that? Smells like smoke. We gotta get out of here. Kid, we've been followed. That fire's coming from all directions. It's man-made. We gotta get out of here. This is bad. No, kid, you don't understand. The fire wasn't set to kill us. Come on, we gotta get to the tram. I didn't hide out here because it was a nice view. I did it because no one would come looking for me in these parts. This is werewolf country. The wolves are gonna be out for blood for that fire. Come on, move! Werewolves don't talk to us. Werewolves don't care. They kill on sight. Now let's move. Yeah, I'm scared of werewolves. 500 pounds of hair and claw. Guns are useless, and getting close is suicide. The only thing to do is run. Now let's get to the tram. We can't waste any more time. Shit! It's leaving! Come on, kid, we gotta get inside that building until it comes back.
Kid, get in the car. The sun'll be up. We gotta get the hell out of here. Wake up. Look alive, kid. You better be on your feet and ready to move. You're lucky
Several
I got
members
to you
of
first.
Congress are protesting
Anyone
the
else would be a
president's
pile of
refusal to
cinders
disclose
right now.
details of meetings his staff had last year with the heads of
Get
several
ready to
energy
run.
companies.
Take
They
everything
say
you
measures
need.
agreed upon
You're
will
never
increase air
coming
pollution
back here.
and give large tax breaks to energy companies.
LaCroix put
An
out
official
the word.
statement issued by
He
the
says you're
president
in
states
league
that
with
these
the Kuei
meetings were
Jin,
meant to
Ming
assist in the
Zhao's
draft of a
puppet,
fairer
that
energy
you're the
bill
one who set up
that would
Nines
cultivate
for.
enhanced
See, he's figured
pollutant
it all out.
tolerances
And now
and
your
relax
death is a
energy
big bullet
production
point in
risk
his new
burdens.
Unity
A
campaign.
terrorist attack in Los
Got
Angeles
blood
has left
on
several
you.
dead and many more wounded. The Venture
He had to
building was
turn
the
things
site of an
around on
armed
you real
assault
quick
and
since you
bombing that
found
has
out
many
about his
city
deal with Ming
officials
Zhao.
worried that
This is
more
his
are likely
plan
to
B.
follow.
Plan A was to
Security
kill you in
tapes show
Nines at
several
Griffith
armed
Park.
men entered
Now
the building
LaCroix
around
is playing
midnight.
the victim.
Shortly
The way
after
he
this,
tells it,
cameras
you were
went
like
dead
his
when a
own
bomb was
child.
set
He
off on
entrusted
floor
you with
10.
so much.
The
And you
terrorists
took full
responsible were
advantage,
killed
sold
in
out
the
to the Kuei
explosion.
Jin and cost
No
the
group
people
has
their
taken
hero.
responsibility for the
They're
bombing
saying
yet.
Nines is dead
This
and
is
you
the first
killed
time
him.
a terrorist attack has taken place in Los Angeles. More on the Venture building attack as
Look,
it breaks.
I'm here to help
Mobs
you.
of villagers in New
Again.
Delhi,
But
India,
damn it,
stoned a
it's
policeman
time.
to death after mistaking him for
Time
the
to make a
Deer Man,
choice.
a creature locals say has terrorized them for weeks and is thought
I
to be
hope you
responsible
live to
for the
find out.
mysterious deaths of several village children.
You're gonna have to
The
stay
Deer
off
Man
the
is
street
reported
and
as a
stay on the
7-foot
move.
creature with
'Cause it's
horns
open season
that
on
ambushes
your ass.
villagers at night.
Vampires gonna
New
be
Delhi has
busting
also
in
been
from
host to the Monkey
Sacramento
Man,
to join
the
in
Bear
on
Man,
this
and the
hunt.
killer UFOs, all of which were later dismissed
need
as
backing.
mass hysteria.
You need the
Weeks
protection
of
of one of the
protests
factions.
against the European Union
Friends are the
and
last
rioting
thing
in
you
several
wanna be
Eastern
without
European
right now.
countries
But
has
you
led to a
have to get
block
outta
of
here.
nations dropping out of the EU, causing exchange rates for
I
the
got a
euro to
driver who
plummet.
can get you where you need
Detractors
to
of
go.
the
Interesting
EU and its
guy. You'll
founding
like him.
countries are
But
holding
this place
rallies
is
aimed
being
to remove
watched.
its
He's
biggest
across
supporter
Santa
from
Monica by
office,
the junkyard.
arguing that the
Get there
EU's
and he'll get
inclusion
you
of
out of
less
town.
politically stable countries will cause extended
take you
economic
wherever,
recession.
wherever you
Several
feel
members
safest.
of Congress are protesting the president's
case we don't
refusal
see
to
each other
disclose
again.
details of
Nice
meetings
knowing
his
you,
staff
kiddo.
had last year with
Give
the
'em
heads of
hell.
several energy
They deserve
companies.
it.
They say measures agreed
Time's
upon will
wasting.
increase
Go.
air pollution and give large tax breaks to energy.
Get going.
Still awake? Something on your mind? Give me a call, 323-KL5-KTRK.
Hey, Mayor, it's Mike. Look,
Hey, all you night
I gotta
owls.
head downtown
Is the
for a
human
few
race
days,
going
maybe
crazy,
longer.
or
Reno
is it just
calls,
me?
tell him to meet me down there.
Seems
We
like
got something
all
to
you do is
discuss,
bad news
apparently.
lately.
I'll be at Milton's
Anybody
place
feel the
in
same
the
way?
Skyline Lofts
Feel like the
2A.
world's cracking
Sorry,
at the
baby.
seams?
I'll
Yankee
explain
milk
everything
that
later.
for tonight. And if that
Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India, stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man.
Always a
creature
pleasure.
locals say
What's
has
tonight's order?
terrorized them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths of several village children. The Deer Man is reported as a 7-foot creature with horns that ambushes villagers at night. New Delhi has also been host to the Monkey Man, the Bear Man, and the killer UFOs, all of which were later dismissed as mass hysteria. Weeks of protests against the European Union
Who's there?
Hey, hold it!
Where to? Are you certain? The fee will be steep. Very well. The night has not been kind to you? I only recently made the acquaintance of Mr. Jack. He intrigues me very much. There are so few like him these nights, I think. But then, I only know what I hear from others about the kindred of this city. It sounds as if there are many who seek to sway the children of Cain to their side. Many who believe they shape the destiny of the blood. You work for Prince LaCroix, don't you? The Anarchs. A curious experiment. But they have lost many battles and more leaders. Their rebellion has already failed in the eyes of many. Do you feel their notions of freedom have any real possibility? If the Anarchs managed to recapture this city, it would not be long before someone challenged them for it. Conflict is always an eventuality in their life. Could you spend an eternity this way? You have been accused. If you were to run, this reputation would travel with you until your final night. Your only recourse is to clear this charge, or to smite the conspirators working against your good name. This is the path of legends and pariahs. I have walked before with those who have tried to cast off jihad. Their reasons were many, but their paths always ended in the same place. Emptiness. I'm just a driver. I can't take you anywhere unless you tell me where to go. It sounds as though you've already made a decision to me. I've met others like you, and they have always ultimately come to the same conclusion. And that is, there is no person or group on this planet they can pledge loyalty to. If this is the path you must take, I can take you to where the trail begins. If you must, Ming Jiao and LaCroix. When they are destroyed, the city will become chaos. With no heads, you can walk past this beast and into a legend. But you may never know peace. The lives of legends are the prey of the ambitious. Then I will drop you off in Chinatown. Your legend can grow there. Where to?
Blood don't grow on trees. Well, mistakes are made from time to time. Without them, some of us might never have been born. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Have a freebie. My compliments. You need more?
Where to?
Word is you turned your back on the Camarilla. I don't understand. I served these people for 30 years. They've always treated me well. I think you're making a big mistake. But I'm not gonna stop you. I got no death wish.
Where to?
Hey there. What's up? Alright, here's what we got today.
Where to?
Need a fix?
Where to?
Hey, you!
嘿！哦呀！哦呀！嘿！你有冇聽到？哎呀，邊個喺度？嘿！哎呀！
You've become a grave disappointment, Kindred. This was not meant to be your destination, but your path will end here. You were never more than a pawn, Kindred. Puppet of those who drew the boundaries on your horizon. It was I who sensed in you the power to right the balance of this city. It will give me no joy to bring you final death. You will have time to ponder this folly as you are devoured by worms and disease in the hell of burrowing maggots. 1,000 years shall you suffer. You've become a grave... You were never more than... You will... You've become a grave disappointment. You were never more. You will.
Where to?
Anything I can do for you tonight?
Where to?
That has many city officials worried that more are likely to follow. Security tapes show several armed men enter the building around.
Where to?
Anything I can do for you tonight?
Where to?
Anything I can do for you tonight? Concerning? Who exactly? RPG House, not in L.A. It's in Irvine, a little south. Tim Kaine, Leonard Boyarsky, and Jason Anderson are the major players. Working on a secret project. I don't know much about it. Camarilla concerned they know too much.
Where to? We are here. I drive people to their destination. That is who I am. Remember, wherever we go, it is the blood of Cain which makes our fate. Farewell, vampire.
I'm sorry, Crumb Cake. It's nothing personal, you understand, but Mr. LaCroix, he tells me I can't let you in here anymore, and I'm supposed to escort you out. I hope you understand. Ah, come on now, just leave, okay? I don't want to have to use force, but I am authorized to do so. Please don't make me do this, Missy.
Hey, stop right
Hey, hold on! Hey, stop right there. Hey, hold it!
I anticipated you'd make it this far. I had no doubts about your capability. But I am not so easily betrayed. Did you ever think about what it takes to live as long as I have? To come this far? Consider that lack of judgment in your last few seconds. Tick, tick, tick. A bientôt, kindred. Help! You betrayed me. I gave you guidance, responsibility, opportunity, power. And now, you enter my building, cripple my organization, kill my most loyal associates. You, Judas, you devil. You think you've beaten me? Huh. I've still got my sarcophagus. You've done all the work for me once again. So much to learn. I thought I had lost it all, but no. Here you've sailed on a Gehenna wind, bearing my salvation. The key to my future. Give me the key. I said, give me the key. It can't end like this. Don't you see the Kuei Jin will kill us all? I can't lose. I will open the sarcophagus. I'll build an empire. It won't end here. You fool! You had it in your grasp! You had Los Angeles in your hands, and you threw it all away! That's why you're not a leader, why you'll never be anything but an errand boy. I'll build a new world order. Tell your anarchs, their days are numbered. Now, my sacrifice. Who are you?
Damn. Kid, I knew your reputation, but hell, I don't think any of us could have done LaCroix like that. Kid, where are you going? Hey, hear me out. We could use someone like you. Kid?
Now ain't that a beautiful thing? Hey, Messerot, buddy, I'm talking to you. You don't really talk much, do you? Hey, it happened just like you said. They never even knew what hit them.
Remember, wherever we go, it is the blood of Cain which makes our fate. Farewell, vampire.
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say? What? Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked. I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?